start, Masoom? Can you tell me your full name?
Well, my name's Masum. You may call me as Masum.
Great. And can I see your ID, please?
Of course, here it is.
Thank you. And where are you from?
Well, currently I live at Uttar Badda in Dhaka city. I basically from Shariatpur, which is northern district of Bangladesh.
Great. And what do you enjoy doing on your free time?
Well, uh, it would be better for me if I go outside or hang out with my friend and family members. I also it is I get some entertainment as well as refresh my mind, and because it is one kind of mental satisfaction. And
Great. And how do you usually spend your weekends?
well, I generally spend my weekend going to outside a shopping mall, restaurant, as well as zoo, visiting zoo. And for instance, today I went zoo, which is situated at Mirpur with my family members, in order to get unwind and as well as to get some entertainment. So it is the most best. It is the most way to refresh my mind as well as time.
Great. And how do you usually spend your weekends?
Well, as I said earlier, that going to outside in shopping mall as well as art gallery with my family member friend to refresh my mind as well as in order to get unwind, and I mostly prefer to do that.
Great. And so, is there a particular hobby or activity you would like to start in the future?
Well, certainly, uh, if I have sufficient time, especially for weekend and even after office, and I will try to involve with gym activities. It is very much helpful. It is very much needed for me in order to be enough fit and also keep me away from many diseases, especially obesity.
Great. So, great. So now we are entering part two of the IELTS speaking exam. I will be giving you 1 minute to prepare your answer to speak for a full 2 minutes. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So, let me show you the question. So, the question I'd like you to answer today is, describe a celebration that is important in your culture. How is it celebrated? Why is it significant to you and your community? And do you think celebrations have changed over the years? So I will give you 1 minute now and you could go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, time's up, Mr. Masoom. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, in our community, celebration is given high priority, especially in two times in a year. First of all, first one is Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Basically, Eid al-Fitr is one of the biggest celebration for the Bengali Muslim, and it is one kind of tradition. As far as I do believe that it is celebrated with prayer, uh, from where a number of Muslim people are celebrated with performing, especially in the daytime. That is the just on just this prayer is occurred on the for Idul Adha and Fitr, and it is very significant in our community because it is one kind of tradition. Not only is that, but also in our community, we are used to do that as a tradition. So, well, in many in several ways, this celebration or also the cultural celebration has changed several ways. First of all, in nowadays, all our relatives are invited to get together in any certain places from where they can share and sorrow and the problem as well as joy and enjoy with their other. For instance, last year, I also gathered in one of my relatives' house. At that time, I also shared my lots of uh, affections as well as some mental peace. From where also they also supported me how I can overcome my monotonous and problem. And besides, it is also commonly believed that our relatives also are invited in our in our relatives' house to another relative house. The way they can our bonding can be stronger as long as we alive. So because as we are social being, stronger having strong relationship is given vital aspect in order to get help to one another. Not only that, but also it's a social norm. So this is because actually these are the ways our cultural celebration has been changed throughout the couple of years.
Great answer. And so we are now entering part three of the exam. How do celebrations contribute to cultural identity?
Well, uh, in many ways, our celebration has been contributing in order to promote our culture and identity as we are Bangladeshi. So, it is commonly believed that whenever we celebrate our Eid or Eid al-Fitr, Adha, then if another religion or another country's people see how we gather and also share the many things, and when we show our hospitality, it is one kinds of positive emotion impression. And when this in many times this can be shown to the others cultural people, so it is one kind of promotion our cultural identity. Not only
Yes.
is that, but also our in our Bengali celebration sometimes. I mean, Pohela Boishakh is one of them. Whenever we celebrate in Bangladesh, by this time, our Western people also they often join with us to celebrate to see how the beautiful moment can be created with the Bengali people. So it is one kind of cultural identity as well as promotion, branding, I should say. Actually, so far I do believe that by this way, our cultural identity can be promoted throughout the world.
Great. And in what ways have modern celebrations been influenced by global trends?
Well, as far as I can believe that our young generation nowadays the way of celebrating system has been changed tremendously compared to the couple of years back. So, so far I have assumed that our young generations often feel better to celebrate any cultural program or hospitality over the online when virtual communication like video call or posting any photos whenever they take in different types of food items to another people whom, so they often post it and also share some comments. It is one kind of way of celebration as well as to promote themselves or to get to know for the others people how they celebrated or how the hospital invited us. So it is the one kind of change, I mean diversification, that can be seen compared to the past for nowadays.
Great. And do you think traditional celebrations will continue to be important in the future?
Certainly, I do believe that our traditional celebration will be continuing until we death, and also the benefit as well as the positive thing will be increased day by day, because it is not only one kind of rules or thing, but also it is one kind of uh, refreshing mind, as well as get together to stronger the bonding to each other, not only family but also our religion as well as the society. So from this sense, there is no way to be loose, to be demolished. Certainly, I do believe that it will be increased. For instance, I mean, our young generations often show lots of interest to celebrate our cultural program as well as religious program. And I mean, even they also take preparation earlier, 3 to 5 days earlier, because they are always enthusiastic to participate, even not only physically but also virtually. So that means this promotion is being increased tremendously, and it will be continued. It will be continued day by day.
Great. And what impact can celebrations have on a communities on a community in general?
Well, in spite of having lots of positive sign of celebrating our cultural program, there are also some have drawbacks that should not be denied. First of all, in our country, uh, celebration, some of the few people, they try to do some illegal activities on the name of celebration, like uh, 31st night. It is one kind of celebration throughout the world, but there are also, it is in many cases, I think it is better to invite the new year. They have lots of plan to do many things. Yes, it is good, but on the other hand, there are also some illegal activities that can be occurred. Some few classes of people. It is one kind of negative aspect that I often relate in our society. So, and although these are the things quite marginal compared to the positive things, so but these other things are remain still now, and maybe it will be continue. So far, I have experienced.
Great. Great. Thank you. The IELTS speaking test is over now. I'd like to provide you with some more comprehensive feedback based on the band descriptors. So, what I'd like to say about fluency and coherence, one thing you were able to do is to keep the conversation flow. You had a few filler words like which is okay because you were just trying to look for the right words to use. And if you want to increase your band score, I would say more than using the filler words like and these type of words, try to say things like, let me think about that. Oh, that's a great question. I'm just thinking about that. Things like this would show the examiner your confidence in actually understanding uh, the question, right? So you're just taking a moment to think of an idea. And another great tip I'd like to say is to try to paraphrase the question. So, for example, I asked you a question like, is there a particular hobby or activity you would like to do in the future? You instead of saying, yeah, one hobby I'd love to do in the future is, maybe you could say something like one leisure activity I'd love to work towards or I'm very passionate about is, right? So you could show the examiner that you are comfortable with using paraphrasing and synonym words. And for vocabulary and lexical resource, you use different vocabulary words, which was amazing. You had points for everything. But one tip, once again, I'd like to give to increase your band score is maybe use more synonym words, as I mentioned earlier. And then for grammatical range and accuracy, you use simple structures, but not that many complex structures. So, one thing I want to note is if you'd like to uh, uh, improve your overall band score, there's two things I want to say is before I tell you how to improve in this is you did amazing. You had points for everything, but try to slow down your speech and just discuss the main points and make it a little shorter. Your answers in part three, I felt that they were a bit too long. So I don't want the examiner to uh, give you a lower score because you spoke too much, you know? And for pronunciation, I wanted to say you did amazing. I kept trying to listen in to see if you pronouncing any particular words wrong or letters wrong, but you did a great job. So I hope this feedback helps you. It's more constructive feedback just so it could benefit you. And yeah, thank you so much, Masoom.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful Saturday.